We'll get to the rest of the bulletin in a while, but at present we'll get you the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with the President of Government of Spain in a roadshow in Vadodara. For our viewers who've just joined in, these are the visuals where we see the President of the Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, accompanying Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and they are on their way to the TATA Airbus facility. This is a 2.5 kilometers roadshow in Vadodara, and beautiful smiles, waves, and people are greeting them with beautiful smiles. And here we have cultural performances on the way of the roadshow in Vadodara. People, they're trying to catch a glimpse on their terraces, in their houses. And here we have a warm welcome received by the visiting dignitary, the President of the Government of Spain, in India. Remember, this is indeed an important visit because this comes after 18 years that the leader of Spain is in India for a visit, and this is the President of the Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez's first visit to India. Here he is seen accompanied by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's seen waving, and he is in fact overwhelmed and happy about the welcome, the warm welcome he is receiving in Vadodara. People there in huge numbers, large numbers, to catch a glimpse of the visiting dignitary, and a glimpse, also showcasing a glimpse of the Indian culture to the visiting dignitary in Vadodara. Our correspondent Meghna Dev is joining us. Meghna, on our screens we show our viewers the roadshow which is being held in Vadodara. Prime Minister Narendra Modi accompanying the visiting dignitary, President of the Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez. Get us more as to what are you witnessing there. Get us more, because we tell our viewers that the visiting dignitary is shown a glimpse of Indian culture through the cultural performances and more. It's a 2.5 kilometers stretch that is being covered through this roadshow. Meghna, spell out more.
Yes, this roadshow, what we are seeing currently is the same route from where both the leaders are going to go to the TASL for the inauguration of the TATA complex where the C295 aircraft will be manufactured. So definitely in the visuals we can see people are there, like swarms of these people in huge numbers have gathered to welcome the President of the Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Obviously, Vadodara is very close to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the fact that he was he did contest as an MP from here as well in 2014, and after that he contested actually from two places, from Varanasi as well as from Vadodara. And he left this seat and chose Varanasi after that. But Vadodara has always been very close. This place is actually known as Sayaji Nagari city. It is known for its culture. It is known for its heritage. So this place definitely holds a lot of glimpse of what Gujarat culture is, of what the Vadodara's royal culture is. And very importantly today, we will be able to see, both the leaders hold delegation level talks at the Lakshmi Vilas Palace, which is still the residence of Vadodara's royal family. It was built in the 19th century, and this is the largest private home built till date. And if we actually compare it, it is 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace. And, it is the most impressive palace in Gujarat, elaborate interiors, and a very impressive collection of weaponry, paintings, and a lot of things that, President Sanchez will be able to see in Vadodara. And this welcome is just exactly what, what the citizens of Vadodara have to offer. There is dance, there is music. You can see people welcoming with, giving a very warm welcome to both the leaders. You can see Marathi dance being performed on your television screen. Obviously, Vadodara has a lot of Marathi influence as well. A lot of people from Maharashtra also live in Vadodara. So that's what the cultural glimpse is being showcased in this roadshow. Now, this roadshow will culminate at the TASL, campus, wherein both the leaders will be jointly inaugurating this, the manufacturing facility of the C295 aircraft, and very importantly, this. And when we are talking about the relationship, India and Spain did establish a diplomatic relationship in 1956, and after that we see that this is the first visit in 18 years after for Spanish president. So this comes very timely. This comes on a very important occasion wherein both the leaders will be able to actually have a review of the bilateral relationship between both the countries. Now, we definitely also see that Prime Minister Modi and President Sanchez have previously held meetings in 2018 at the G20 Buenos Aires Summit, in Rome in 2021. And the trade relationship is also going very strong. And this time around, when both the leaders are meeting, it is expected that both the leaders will definitely be talking about how to accelerate the growth of business or trade between both the countries. Bilateral trade stood at $9.9 billion in 2023, with India's exports around 7 billion and imports around 2.7 billion. And we definitely see that it is an important meeting for a number of business industries as well, because this meeting, if you see, around 230 Spanish companies are active in India and around 80 Indian companies are active in Spain. So it is very important for them also to see where this visit is going, what will be the talks between both the leaders. And when we also see the diaspora in Spain, the Indian diaspora in Spain is around 75,000 strong and is concentrated in Valencia, Madrid and Canary Islands. So, and also not only this, there were also talks about how Spain is planning to open its consulate in Bengaluru in the near future. So maybe that will be also something that might come up in the talks between both the leaders. So we will definitely see that both the leaders have a lot on the table to discuss about today, wherein they will be talking about investment, defense cooperation, education, technology, tourism, culture, and more. And a number of MOUs and agreements are also expected to be signed during the visit, which will give a fillip to the bilateral cooperation. And this leg of the visit we are seeing currently at the Roadshow, wherein we see from different states in India, culture. We are able to see from different states in India, dance and music that is being performed as both the leaders are in this Shobha Yatra, which is this road show that is currently underway. People are also having posters, people are carrying posters wherein they are talking about India-Spain friendship. So this is also something that is actually kind of giving a warm welcome. And when both the leaders are, going through this road show in an open jeep, clearly states that how reciprocative they are also of the warm welcome they are getting.
All right, Meghna, now when we see this visit by the dignitary, I would want you to elaborate more, because it comes at a time, it comes at a time immediately after the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's visit to India. Help us understand more. This is for the first time that this visit is happening after 18 years, and also the scope which it presents. You also, summarized for us the scope of the bilateral discussions between the two countries to further strengthen the relationship. Help us understand more.
So when we're actually seeing, so this visit is very importantly first from the aspect that the final assembly line plant at Vadodara is going to be inaugurated. Now the C295 program for India did formalize in September 2021 when there were talks about acquisition of 56 Airbus C295 aircraft, which will be replacing the Indian Air Force AVRO fleet. Now this is going to be the new addition in India's fleet. Obviously, it's not only about the C295 aircraft, but it is more also about the defense cooperation that both the countries have. Now, when we also see with 56 aircraft in India, India is the largest customer for fleet for Airbus at the Defense and Space Spain on the C295 aircraft. And under the agreement that was between the Ministry of Defense and the Airbus Defense and Space Spain, Airbus will deliver the first 16 aircraft in flyaway condition from its final assembly line in Seville and Spain, and 40 will be manufactured in India. Also, we did see that the first of the 16 aircraft was delivered to the Indian Air Force from Spain. It was in September 2026. And we also see that 6 aircraft have already been delivered to the Indian Air Force from Spain, which are currently inducted in the 11th Squadron of the Indian Air Force. We also see that, very importantly, the Make in India aspect of the C-29 craft, Make in India aspect is very prominently showcased. Because when we are actually seeing that around 18,000 parts are to be made in India, which will be supporting what we are calling as self-reliant India, what we are calling as Atmanirbhar Bharat. We also will be seeing, apart not only from the the Tata, but apart from the Tatas, which is a leading defense public sector unit such as Bharat Electronics, Bharat Dynamics Limited, as well as private micro, small and medium enterprises have also been roped in for this program. Not only at the Vadodara facility, which is going to be inaugurated jointly by both the leaders in just some time from now. We will also be seeing that the MCA, which is the main constituent assembly facility in Hyderabad, if we actually see, all the parts will be manufactured there and then will be brought to Vadodara. Also, not only that, there is a depot that has been made for the equipment at the Air Force station in Prayagraj, which will be acting as a central stock holding depot for these C-295 spares. And not only this, we will be able to see that the potential of the future variants of C-295 aircraft will be adapted for other services. So it will not only be working for the Indian Air Force, but it will also be adapted for future variants for the Navy and the Coast Guard, which is already in advanced stage of discussion. So it is going to be a long defense cooperation for that matter. It is going, and the discussions might also feature in the delegation level talks that will be held today. What we will, what we are also expecting, that's the trade relationship, because Preeti, you did talk about the German Chancellor's visit. We also are seeing a number of important exchanges that are happening between India and the European Union. The Prime Minister's visit also, as well as incoming and outgoing visits, are giving fillip to what the relationship between India and EU is, and the bilateral cooperation that is there. We are also talking, as the talks between India and EU FTA are also currently underway. We will be able to see what more emerges in this delegation level talks in the bilateral between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Sanchez. And MOUs and agreements are also expected to be signed today, so we will have to see in which sectors these MOUs will be signed.
All right, Meghna, now you've spelled out in detail about the significance of this TASL plant, and also how the first military aircraft of India will be manufactured here at this plant in Vadodara. Now, Meghna, help us understand. You're talking of this, ambitious Make in India vision for the defense in the country, and also how this will be a major boost. This move, will bring in a major boost to India's aim of Atmanirbharta in the defense sector. On the global page, to what extent will it strengthen India's mettle? Help us understand this, because coming together of India with the European countries there, and also the vision to put forward India's capability of self-reliance to the world. What does it mean?
Definitely, when India is talking, Preeti, this is one of its kind. It is the first that India is venturing like this in the aviation sector. But it's just one of the first, if you see. Because, at this moment, when we are not only talking about the defense cooperation, but when we are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat as a whole, we definitely see that there is a lot that India has given, not only to the country, but it has also given it to other countries. Because when we are talking about how India's, the co-win platform, if we talk about, we are talking about digital infrastructure, we are talking about fintech, we are talking about UPI, payment gateways. So there is a lot that India is sharing with the world. So it is also not only how we are talking about the self-reliant India, but also what we are giving to the world. So on global platforms, we did see during COVID how the vaccine might happened. We do see that how India is working as the first responder in many situations, or India is giving out a helping hand or supporting in the humanitarian situations, like what we saw in Operation Dosti during the earthquake in Turkey. We did see what India recently during the floods in Vietnam, the typhoon Yagi. We did see in Southeast Asia how India did give humanitarian aid, medicines, and relief material. So it not only we are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat as a whole, but we are talking about what India is giving out to the world as well. With different initiatives, we are talking about evacuation missions that we have, where we not only rescue Indian standard in difficult situations, but we are also rescuing other nationals also from difficult areas and the difficult situations. So all of this as a whole definitely paints a picture of how India is becoming self-reliant as well as extending its expertise to the world. Now we are also talking about when we are in this visit is underway at the moment. We will be able to see more discussions. We will be able to see more discussions in the sector of trade, definitely, because trade is something that in bilateral trade in goods and bilateral trade, how it can grow with Spain, because bilateral trade is growing somewhere around 4%. So how to increase that as well year by year, that will also be an important aspect.
Right.
Now, not only this, but Indian investments in Spain is somewhere around $900 million US. And the Indian companies that I was talking about, Preeti, in Spain are mostly in the software and IT sector, in pharmaceuticals and chemicals. And India is among the top 30 investors in Spain if we talk about globally. And when we're talking about Asia, India is among the top 5. So how that can be increased is something that will be important. And also,
right,
why Gujarat has been chosen is also one of the important aspects.
Yes.
Because when we see Spanish investments in India, we definitely see Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka are the major destination for Spanish investments. So this also might be one of the reasons why Gujarat has been chosen for this visit, for the visit of the Spanish president, which is taking place after 18 years, and the first one for President Sanchez.
All right. Both the leaders will also hold bilateral talks after their visit to the Tata plant. Meghna, the talks will be held at the palace. Get us more on the palace. What is its significance? And hosting a foreign dignitary in the palace would mean a lot when we talk of its significance and its cultural linkages. Get us more on this as well. Meghna, are you there with us?
Yes, Preeti, I couldn't hear you.
Yes. After
question?
this roadshow, both the leaders will be visiting the Tata plant, and also after that, bilateral talks will be held at the palace. Now, hosting a foreign dignitary at the palace would mean a lot of significance for the palace, and also the cultural linkages, the cultural roots, the cultural significance. Get us more on this, Meghna.
Yes, absolutely. And, Preeti, it is a sight to behold because this palace is so huge. It is extremely, or we can say a grand depiction of what the culture and heritage does Vadodara have. And when we are talking about this palace, it was built by Maharaja Syajirao Gaikwad III in 1890, who was the ruler of the Baroda state. And the Major Charles Mant was credited to be the main architect of the palace. Now, as I told you earlier as well, that this is around 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace. So we can imagine how huge this palace is, and it is still the residence of Vadodara's royal family. Lakshmi Vilas was built in the 19th century. And at that time, it was built at a cost of 6 million rupees and was built over 500 acres. And it is still the largest private home built till date. So, and it is a Raja era palace in Gujarat, elaborate interiors, chandeliers, artwork, highly impressive collection of weaponry, paintings by the famous artist Raja Ravi Verma, who was then commissioned specially by the Maharaja of Vadodara to adorn the palace. Beautiful grounds, golf course, and a lot that is there at this beautiful palace, which the President of the government of Spain will be able to witness in all grandeur. He will be given a traditional welcome here. So this is going to be a very important aspect when we are talking about showcasing. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi does talk about how he wants the world leaders to not only see what Delhi is, but also different states in India. This is exactly what he means, because this is something that will be showcased to the world when the Spanish president will be here. This is something that will get a global platform. The Lakshmi Vilas Palace, because visitors also come to see the Lakshmi Vilas Palace. There are tourists who come to Vadodara to see this palace, and not very far from this place is the Statue of Unity. The Statue of Unity is around 1.5–2 hours by road from this place. So the people who come to visit the Statue of Unity also make sure that they visit the Lakshmi Vilas Palace, because it is a very beautiful palace which actually reminds of what history, the state of Vadodara had, and how this palace was made. So it is something that architecturally is that will be a site for the Spanish president as well, and the delegation level talks are also expected to be will also take place here, and both the leaders are also expected to go around and see some places inside the palace, which will be definitely something that Prime Minister Narendra Modi would want to show to the visiting leader.
Right, Meghna. Also, as you said, the palace, of course, stands as the largest private home globally, 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace, and the delegation level talks are going to be held there after this. Just tell us what all is expected in the talks.
So when we're talking about the talks, we will be able to expect, first of all, trade is something that will have a center stage, because India and Spain would want to increase the percentage of growth in the trade relationship that already exists. Besides that, defense cooperation is something that both the countries would want to work on. And when when I'm talking about trade, the trade relations between both the countries are still growing, but when we are talking and the bilateral trade is standing at somewhere around $9.9 billion in 2023, wherein India's exports are around $7 billion and imports are around $2.7 billion. We are also seeing that Spain is the 16th largest investor in India. And also a very important aspect is that both the countries will be talking about renewable energy, IT innovation, because IT is something that the 80 companies, the Indian companies that are working in Spain, most of it are in the IT and software sector. So IT will be something that will be talked about. But besides that, we are also talking about renewable energy, innovation, infrastructure, security, pharma, agrotech, biotech, culture and tourism. Now, when we are talking about culture and tourism, we will also be able to witness that when the President Sanchez will be in the second leg of the visit, where he will be going to Mumbai, where apart from the official engagements that he has, he will be interacting with trade and industry leaders as well as the film industry, because we know that the Indian film industry is so vibrant. A number of movies are shot in Spain, so that will be something that that President Sanchez would want to also give Spain more exposure and invite more films to be made in Spain. So that will be something important in the second leg of the visit. A number of MOUs and agreements are also expected to be signed on this visit. So we will have to wait for the delegation talks between both the leaders, and after that we will be able to diverge in more details of what exactly the bilateral talks did encapsulate.
All right, Megha. Also, after the scheduled visit to Lakshmi Vilas Palace, before travelling to Amreli, where he will inaugurate Bharat Mata Sarovar and various infrastructure projects there. Could you get us details about that?
So Prime Minister Narendra Modi really will be inaugurating the Bharat Mata Sarovar, and when we are talking about this project, it was developed in collaboration with the government of Gujarat and the Dholakia Foundation. So it is a PPP model, and this project was completed under the PPP model. Dholakia Foundation originally, actually, we see it improved the check dam. which was the dam could hold around 4.5 crore liters of water. But after deepening and widening it, the capacity did increase to multifold. It was around somewhere around 24 crore liters. So the improvement has raised water levels in definitely in the nearby wells and the boards, which will be able to help the local villages and farmers for better irrigation. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be inaugurating and laying foundation stones of projects which will benefit Amreli and the nearby areas, which are Jamnagar, Morbi, Dwarka, Porbandar, Kutch, and the districts around the different districts in the western state of Gujarat.
Right,
so,
Meghna. Meghna, also if we talk about the inauguration of the Tata Aircraft Complex, how does this facility position India if we talk about the global aerospace market?
So this is going to be the final assembly line plant inauguration. Now, when we are talking about that, the contract was signed in terms of the acquisition of 56 Airbus C295 aircraft. Now, this will be replacing the legacy of the Indian Air Force, the AVRO fleet. Now, when we are actually seeing that 6 aircrafts have already been delivered from Spain in flyaway condition, 16 were to be delivered, 6 have already come to India. More will be coming in, in the coming year. But 40 of those 46 C295 aircraft, 40 of the aircraft will be manufactured in India. The bigger important factor is that 18,000 parts are to be made in India, which will be a massive push to the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, the Atmanirbhar Bharat aspect that India is trying to push in all the sectors. More than 1 million hours of labor effort per aircraft will be done by TASL and the suppliers. Not only this, when we are talking about Make in India, we will also be talking about direct and indirect employment that will be generated. Direct employment around 3,000 plus across program at various sites, and more than 15,000 indirect employment will be generated with this manufacturing, if that is going to be made in India.
Of course,
so we definitely see that not only the aircraft manufacturing is giving a push to Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is giving push to employment, it is giving push to SMEs, MSMEs, it is giving push to how India can now think of venturing more into manufacturing in the aviation sector. Not only this, potential of future variants for the C295 will be adapted for other services as well, for the Navy and aircraft. So it will not only be limited to Indian Air Force, but the other variants which are already in advanced stage of discussion will be available for the Navy and Coast Guard. So this is something that is a very futuristic vision, and it is obviously in collaboration wherein India and Spain both are working together.
Right, of course, a big boost to Atmanirbhar Bharat there. Could you just, for our viewers' benefit, could you just outline what will be the impact of C295s?
So, when we're talking about the C295 aircraft, it has a proven capability of operating from short or unprepared airstrips. Now, even if, very importantly, an airstrip is required for any aircraft, to actually take off or land for that matter, but this aircraft has a proven capability where it does not require a proper airstrip. It can also take off from unprepared airstrips and land as well. The C295 is used for tactical transport of up to around 71 troops.
All right, Megha, just stay with us. Meanwhile, we are right now showing you the shots of the inauguration of the Tata Space facility. The Prime Minister, Tata Advanced Limited, Systems Limited there, and Prime Minister with the visiting dignitary inaugurating the space. Prime Minister, along with the Spanish Prime Minister, Mr. Pedro Sanchez, is inaugurating the Tata Aircraft Complex, which is going to manufacture C295's aircraft at Tata Advanced System Limited campus. A total of 56 aircrafts are contracted to be procured under this most important C295 program. We may also tell you that 16 of them are being delivered directly by Airbus from Spain, and the remaining 40 are to be made in India, giving a major boost to Atmanirbhar Bharat. Well, the Tata Advanced System Limited is responsible for making the 40 C-295 aircrafts in India. This facility will be the first private sector final assembly line for military aircraft in India. On your screens, Prime Minister and the visiting dignitary just a while ago inaugurated the facility. The facility will also involve the full development of a complete ecosystem from the manufacture to assembly, test and qualification to delivery and maintenance of the complete life cycle of the aircraft. We may also tell you that the C-295 is a versatile, new generation tactical airlift aircraft with a payload capacity of 9.5 tons. It is also specialized in air transport missions under all types of weather conditions, both during the day and during the night. Well, apart from Tata's leading defense public sector units such as Bharat Electronics Limited and Bharat Dynamics Limited also, as well as private, micro, small and medium enterprises will contribute to this big program. Well, we may also tell you that earlier in October 2022, Prime Minister had laid the foundation stone for the Vadodara final assembly line, and the Ministry of Defence in September 2021 signed a 21,935 crore rupees contract with Airbus Defence and Space SA Spain for supply of 56 aircrafts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the visiting dignitary right now taking a roundup of the space. Prime Minister along with the Spanish Prime Minister jointly inaugurated the TATA Aircraft Complex for manufacturing C-295 aircrafts just a while ago at Tata Advanced System Limited, that is the TASL campus. Prime Minister along with the visiting dignitary taking a walkthrough of the whole facility around there. We may tell you a total of 56 aircrafts are contracted to be procured under the C-295 program, of which 16 are being delivered directly by Airbus from Spain, and the remaining 40 are to be made in India, giving a major boost to Atmanirbhar Bharat. In fact, in September 2021, Cabinet Committee on Security approved the procurement of 56 C-295 megawatt transport aircraft from Masters Airbus Defence and Space SA Spain for the Indian Air Force. Well, Tata Advanced System Limited is responsible for making the rest 40 C-295 aircrafts in India, and this facility will be the first private sector final assembly line for military aircraft in India. It will also involve the full development of a complete ecosystem from the manufacturing to the assembly to testing and qualification to later delivery and maintenance of the complete life cycle of the aircraft. For the benefit of our viewers, we may tell you that C-295 is a versatile new generation tactical airlift aircraft with a payload capacity of 9.5 tons, and it is specialized in air transport missions under all types of weather conditions, both during the day and night. And apart from Tata's leading defense public sector units such as Bharat Electronics Limited and Bharat Dynamics Limited, as well as private, micro, small and medium enterprises will contribute to this program. In fact, earlier in October 2022, Prime Minister had laid the foundation stone for the Vadodara final assembly line, and the Ministry of Defence in September 2021 signed a 21,935 crore rupees contract with Airbus Defence and Space SA Spain for supply of 56 aircrafts. In fact, C-295 megawatt aircraft is a transport aircraft of S10 ton capacity with contemporary technology that will replace the aging Avra aircraft of the Indian Air Force. The aircraft, we may tell you, has a rear ramp door for quick reaction and para-dropping of troops and cargo. And the project is aimed to give a boost to the aerospace ecosystem in India, wherein several MSMEs spread over the country will be involved in manufacturing parts of the aircraft. The induction of the C-295s, in fact, is going to have a huge impact, which will gradually replace the Indian Air Force old Avro 748 fleet and will boost the Indian Air Force tactical airlift capability along the borders. The Prime Minister now moving towards the stage of the Tata facility.
Honorable Union Ministers, Honorable State Ministers, we extend a heartfelt welcome to the esteemed dignitaries of Spain, India, and the invited guests. Thank you everyone for joining on this occasion. It is indeed our pleasure to have you all over here. To begin this special event, I now request Shri N. Chandrasekharan, Chairman of Tata Sons, to kindly extend his welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. This is my great privilege, pleasure and honor to extend a very warm welcome to our beloved Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. The Spanish Prime Minister and Presidente del Gobierno, Pedro Sanchez. और रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह जी और विदेश मंत्री श्री जयशंकर जी, चीफ मिनिस्टर श्री भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल जी, गवर्नर ऑफ गुजरात आचार्य जी, श्री अजित जोहल जी, colleagues from the Tata Group and all officers and other dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, and also my dear friend from Airbus, Mike. This is a very, very important day for India and Indian defense sector and also for Tata Group and Airbus. And I will fail in my duty if I forget to mention that this project was originally conceived more than a decade ago in 2012 by the then Tata Sons Chairman Sri Ratan Tata ji, who led the whole concept to build a relationship with Airbus and created this partnership with Airbus and laid the foundation stone for this opportunity. So I would like to remember Sri Ratan Tata for his visionary leadership in this very path-breaking initiative. It is a historic moment not only for the Tata Group, but also for India, and this project embraces the true Atmanirbhar vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Made in India aircraft, where the aircraft parts manufacturing as well as the full assembly of the aircraft and the integration is being done for the first time in India by private sector. This project will propel India into the next generation of advanced manufacturing. It will build a diverse and sophisticated skills ecosystem as well as a very strong supplier base. More importantly, give a lot of high-tech opportunities for our entrepreneurs and youth. This journey was started by our Honorable Prime Minister, who laid the foundation stone at this very same location for the C-295 transport aircraft manufacturing facility in Vadodara exactly 2 years ago on the 30th of October 2022. And 2 years, in fact 2 days earlier, the inauguration of the final aircraft assembly complex for the first aircraft to be delivered is being set up here. And I must commit to our Honorable Prime Minister that exactly 2 years from now, we will deliver the first indigenously manufactured aircraft, and we will request and we'll work with your office to block the date so that you can come and inaugurate the facility and receive the first product. We are very proud of our team in Tata Advanced Systems, and they have a fantastic collaboration with Airbus Defence and Space in Spain, and this will become a benchmark of a collaboration in the defence sector between any two nations. I want to thank the Honorable Prime Minister of Spain for your government support for this project. This project already is building capability. The first 200 engineers from Tata Group are already in Spain going through the training that are required. And we have worked with 40 SME companies, and we will be adding more companies to build the entire localization that is required for the product. And I was mentioning to the Honorable Raksha Mantri that except the engine, everything else will be produced. With the support of the Honorable Prime Minister, we will also bring that in the future. And I want to take one more moment to thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat. Sir, your state has been a home for Tata Group. All our companies operate here, and we are building state-of-the-art projects, multiple projects, the C-295 and the semiconductor fab in Dholera and the battery project in Sanand and many other initiatives. And I have to express my gratitude for the tremendous support that we are receiving from your state. Thank you one and all. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much, sir, for your warm welcome note and the introductory remarks. To begin, now it's a privilege to invite the Honorable Prime Minister of Spain, His Excellency Mr. Pedro Sanchez, to deliver his address. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Prime Minister Modi, Honorable Indian and Spanish authorities, representatives of Airbus and Tata, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to be here today. Today we are not only officially inaugurating a cutting-edge industrial facility Today we're also witnessing how an extraordinary project between two emblematic companies becomes a reality. Prime Minister Modi, this is also the triumph of your vision to turn India into an industrial powerhouse and a magnet for investment and business-to-business collaboration. This partnership between Airbus and Tata will contribute to the progress of the Indian aerospace industry and will open new doors for the arrival of other European companies. This project brings together the best of two worlds. Tata is probably the best exponent of Indian industrial strength. Its products and services are present in virtually every country on the planet. Tata is a giant among giants. As for Airbus, it embodies the very essence of a united Europe, committed to technological innovation and the creation of jobs and prosperity. And for my country, for Spain, being an integral part of the Airbus consortium means defending the values it represents. Values on which the very idea of Europe is based: cooperation, modernity and progress. After years of presence in India, where it has grown and boosted civil aviation, Airbus opens a new chapter puncturing with India's defense and space industry. This project strengthens our industrial ties while underlying our country's deep commitment as a reliable and a strategic partner. And it shows as well the capabilities of the Spanish defense industry, with its world-class expertise and its well-earned international reputation. Spain, like India, is promoting an ambitious roadmap to modernize its productive fabric with decarbonization and digitalization as drivers. The automotive, aerospace and renewable energy sectors are leading a genuinely strategic transformation that my country approaches with confidence and optimism. The fruits of that commitment are already visible. Last week, the IMF raised its growth forecast for the Spanish economy to 2.9%. This figure is the highest among developed economies and almost 4 times the average growth forecast for the Eurozone. So, if Indian companies want to grow, believe me, they can trust Spain. In 2026, the first C-295 manufactured in India will produce by this plant in Vadodara. This aircraft, it is a symbol of the Spanish and European aeronautical industry. In addition to contributing to modernizing India's defense capabilities, it will also drive technological development, particularly for the state of Gujarat, India's leading manufacturing hub. Thousands of direct and indirect jobs will be created here, and a new generation of highly qualified engineers and technicians will be trained. Many of them are currently studying at university, and they will find in this center a first-class professional horizon when they finish their training. Spain will also fulfill its commitment to technology transfer. This is essential for the creation of an authentic industrial ecosystem in this sector, from the manufacture of the aircraft to its delivery, from the production of parts and their assembly to the performance of all the test and aircraft maintenance tasks throughout its life cycle. Projects of this magnitude have an additional value. There is spillover effects for micro, small and medium-sized companies. In short, the possibility of creating an entire business ecosystem linked to this advanced final assembly line. I know very well what something like this represents. I come from a country where 99% of companies are micro, small and medium enterprises. They play a very valuable role in promoting social and territorial cohesion. This plant perfectly summarizes the excellent state of bilateral relations between Spain and India. This relationship has grown over the last few years. Today we are taking another step forward, a strategic step focused on a key industrial and technological field. The presence of Spanish companies in India and Indian companies in Spain is growing. This growing presence is based on three pillars: a long-term vision, the search for reliable partners, and the commitment to develop industries at the local level to create jobs and wealth across all the territory. I believe that foreign direct investment must be productive and transformative. It must be more than just opening up new markets. It is a commitment to the future of the receiving country, generating local added value and contributing to the extraordinary future that awaits a country like India. Dear Prime Minister, dear friends, more than 7,000 kilometers separate Madrid, the capital of Spain, from New Delhi. But we have long known that this distance can be bridged with will and with talent. In the late 1960s, the talented Paco de Lucia and the great Indian musician Ravi Shankar brought our two countries closer through music. Together, they managed to fuse flamenco and Indian classical music, Spanish guitar with the spirituality of the sitar. Perhaps they did not know it then, but they were building a bridge between cultures that would open the way to the future, a future that has the face of projects like this. This plant will be a symbol of industrial excellence, an engine of growth, and a testament to the close and growing friendship between Spain and India. Once again, thank you very much, Prime Minister, for your leadership, and to Airbus and Tata and all those who have made this project possible. I wish you every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency, Mr. Pedro Sanchez, for your valuable address. जिनके मार्गदर्शन, दूरंदेशी नेतृत्व और उत्कृष्ट नीतियों की वजह से भारत हर क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भर बन रहा है, और आज जिन्होंने भारत को मेड इन इंडिया C295 के लिए टाटा एयरक्राफ्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स की अभूतपूर्व भेंट प्रदान की है, ऐसे हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को आइए उनके प्रेरणादायक विचारों से हम सबको संबोधित करने के लिए सादर आमंत्रित करें।
एक्सेलेंसी पेड्रो साचेज, गुजरात के गवर्नर आचार्य देवव्रत जी, भारत के रक्षा मंत्री श्रीमान राजनाथ सिंह जी, विदेश मंत्री श्रीमान एस जयशंकर जी, यहां के लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल, स्पेन और राज्य सरकार के मंत्रीगण, एयरबस और टाटा टीम के सभी साथी, देवियों और सज्जनों, नमस्कार। बुएनोस दियास। मेरे मित्र पेड्रो साचेज जी के उनकी पहली भारत की यात्रा है। आज से हम भारत और स्पेन की पार्टनरशिप को नई दिशा दे रहे हैं। हम C295 ट्रांसपोर्ट एयरक्राफ्ट के प्रोडक्शन की फैक्ट्री का शुभारंभ कर रहे हैं। ये फैक्ट्री भारत स्पेन संबंधों को मजबूती देने के साथ ही मेक इन इंडिया, मेक फॉर द वर्ल्ड इस मिशन को भी सशक्त करने वाली है। मैं एयरबस और टाटा की पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। कुछ समय पहले ही हमने देश के महान सपूत रतन टाटा जी को खोया है। रतन टाटा जी आज अगर हमारे बीच होते तो शायद सर्वाधिक खुशी उनको मिलती, लेकिन उनकी आत्मा जहां भी होगी वो आज प्रसन्नता का अनुभव करते होंगे। साथियों, C295 एयरक्राफ्ट की फैक्ट्री नए भारत के नए वर्क कल्चर की उसको भी रिफ्लेक्ट करती है। आज किसी भी योजना के आइडिया से लेकर एजुकेशन तक भारत किस स्पीड से काम कर रहा है ये यहां दिखाई देता है। 2 साल पहले अक्टूबर में ही महीने में इस फैक्ट्री का निर्माण शुरू हुआ। आज अक्टूबर महीने में ही ये फैक्ट्री अब एयरक्राफ्ट के प्रोडक्शन के लिए तैयार है। मेरा हमेशा से ये फोकस रहा है कि प्लानिंग और एग्जीक्यूशन में अनावश्यक देरी न हो। जब मैं गुजरात का सीएम था तब यहीं वडोदरा में ही बॉम्बार्डियर ट्रेन कोच बनाने के लिए फैक्ट्री लगाने का फैसला हुआ था। इस फैक्ट्री को भी रिकॉर्ड समय के भीतर ही प्रोडक्शन के लिए तैयार किया गया था। आज इस फैक्ट्री में बने मेट्रो कोच हम दूसरे देशों को भी एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि भविष्य में इस एयरक्राफ्ट फैक्ट्री में बने विमान दूसरे देशों को भी एक्सपोर्ट किए जाएंगे। फ्रेंड्स, प्रसिद्ध स्पेनिश कवि अंतोनियो मचादो ने लिखा था, ट्रैवलर देयर इज नो पाथ, द पाथ इज मेड बाय वॉकिंग। इसका भाव यही है कि लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने के लिए जैसे ही हम पहला कदम उठाते हैं, रास्ते अपने आप बनते चले जाते हैं। आज आप देखिए, भारत में डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इकोसिस्टम नई ऊंचाइयां छू रहा है। 10 साल पहले अगर हमने ठोस कदम नहीं उठाए होते तो आज इस मंजिल पर पहुंचना असंभव ही था। तब तो कोई ये कल्पना भी नहीं कर पाता था कि भारत में इतने बड़े पैमाने पर डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो सकती है। उस समय की प्रायोरिटी और पहचान दोनों इंपोर्ट की ही थी, लेकिन हमने नए रास्ते पर चलना तय किया, अपने लिए नए लक्ष्य तय किए और आज इसका नतीजा हम सबकी आंखों के सामने है। साथियों, किसी भी पॉसिबिलिटी को प्रॉस्पेरिटी में बदलने के लिए राइट प्लान और राइट पार्टनरशिप जरूरी है। भारत का डिफेंस सेक्टर का कायाकल्प राइट प्लान और राइट पार्टनरशिप का उदाहरण है। बीते दशक में देश ने ऐसे अनेक फैसले लिए जिससे भारत में एक वाइब्रेंट डिफेंस इंडस्ट्री का विकास हुआ। हमने डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में प्राइवेट सेक्टर की भागीदारी को विस्तार दिया, पब्लिक सेक्टर को एफिशिएंट बनाया, ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्रीज को 7 बड़ी कंपनियों में बदला, डीआरडीओ और एचएएल को सशक्त किया, यूपी और तमिलनाडु में 2 बड़े डिफेंस कॉरिडोर बनाए। ऐसे अनेक निर्णयों ने डिफेंस सेक्टर को नई ऊर्जा से भर दिया। आईडेक्स यानी इनोवेशन फॉर डिफेंस एक्सेलेंस जैसी स्कीमों ने स्टार्टअप्स को गति दी। बीते 5-6 सालों में ही भारत में करीब 1000 नए डिफेंस स्टार्टअप्स बने हैं। बीते 10 वर्षों में भारत का डिफेंस एक्सपोर्ट 30 गुना बढ़ा है। आज हम दुनिया के 100 से अधिक देशों को डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। साथियों, आज हम भारत में स्किल्स और जॉब क्रिएशन पर बहुत अधिक फोकस कर रहे हैं। एयरबस और टाटा की इस फैक्ट्री से भी भारत में हजारों रोजगार का निर्माण होगा। इस प्रोजेक्ट के कारण एयरक्राफ्ट के 18,000 पार्ट्स की इंडिजीनियस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होने जा रही है। देश के किसी हिस्से से एक पार्ट मैन्युफैक्चर होगा तो देश के किसी दूसरे हिस्से में दूसरा पार्ट मैन्युफैक्चर होगा। और ये पार्ट बनाएगा कौन? हमारे माइक्रो और स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रीज ये काम करने वाले हैं। हमारे एमएसएमईज इस काम का नेतृत्व करेंगे। हम आज भी दुनिया की बड़ी एयरक्राफ्ट कंपनियों के लिए पार्ट्स के बड़े सप्लायर में से एक है। इस नई एयरक्राफ्ट फैक्ट्री से भारत में नई स्किल्स को, नए उद्योगों को बहुत बल मिलेगा। साथियों, आज के इस कार्यक्रम को मैं ट्रांसपोर्ट एयरक्राफ्ट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से आगे बढ़कर के देख रहा हूं। आप सभी ने पिछले 1 दशक में भारत के एविएशन सेक्टर की अनप्रेसिडेंटेड ग्रोथ और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को देखा है। हम देश के सैकड़ों छोटे शहरों तक एयर कनेक्टिविटी पहुंचा रहे हैं। हम पहले से ही भारत को एविएशन और एमआरओ डोमेन का हब बनाने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। ये इकोसिस्टम भविष्य में मेड इन इंडिया सिविल एयरक्राफ्ट का रास्ता भी बनाएगा। आप जानते हैं कि अलग अलग भारतीय एयरलाइंस ने 1200 नए एयरक्राफ्ट खरीदने का ऑर्डर किया है दुनिया को। अब शायद दुनिया की कंपनी किसी और देश का ऑर्डर ही नहीं ले पाएगी। यानी भविष्य में भारत और दुनिया की जरूरतों को पूरा करने के लिए सिविल एयरक्राफ्ट की डिजाइन से लेकर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तक इस फैक्ट्री की बड़ी भूमिका होने वाली है। साथियों, भारत के इन प्रयासों में बड़ौदा शहर एक कैटलिस्ट की तरह काम करेगा। ये शहर पहले से ही एमएसएमईज का स्ट्रांग सेंटर है। यहां हमारी गतिशक्ति यूनिवर्सिटी भी है। ये यूनिवर्सिटी हमारे अलग अलग सेक्टर के लिए प्रोफेशनल तैयार कर रही है। बड़ोदरा में फार्मा सेक्टर, इंजीनियरिंग एंड हैवी मशीनरी, केमिकल्स एंड फार्मास्यूटिकल्स, पावर एंड एनर्जी इक्विपमेंट, ऐसे अनेक सेक्टर से जुड़ी अनेकों कंपनियां बड़ोदरा में है। अब ये पूरा क्षेत्र भारत में एविएशन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का भी बड़ा हब बनने जा रहा है। और इसके लिए मैं आज गुजरात सरकार को, यहां के मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान भूपेंद्र भाई को और उनकी पूरी टीम को उनकी आधुनिक औद्योगिक नीतियों के लिए, निर्णयों के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, उनकी सराहना करता हूं। साथियों, बड़ोदरा में एक और खास बात है। ये भारत का एक महत्वपूर्ण कल्चरल सिटी भी है। ये हमारी सांस्कृतिक नगरी है। इसलिए आज स्पेन के आप सभी साथियों का यहां वेलकम करने में मुझे विशेष खुशी हुई है। भारत और स्पेन के बीच कल्चरल कनेक्ट का अपना महत्व है। मुझे याद है, फादर कार्लोस वेले स्पेन से आकर यहीं गुजरात में बस गए थे। उन्होंने अपने जीवन के 50 वर्ष यहीं बिताए। अपने विचारों और लेखन से हमारी संस्कृति को समृद्ध किया। मुझे उनको कई बार मिलने का सौभाग्य भी मिला। उनके महान योगदान के लिए हमने उनको पद्मश्री से सम्मानित भी किया। अब मैं इतना कह रहा हूं, तब तक किसी के गले नहीं उतरेगा, लेकिन हम लोग गुजरात में उनको फादर वालेस कहते थे और वो गुजराती में लिखते थे। अनेक गुजराती साहित्य की उनकी किताबें समृद्ध हमारा सांस्कृतिक विरासत है। साथियों, मैंने सुना है कि स्पेन में भी योगा बहुत पॉपुलर है। स्पेन के फुटबॉल को भी भारत में बहुत पसंद किया जाता है। अभी कल जो रियल मैड्रिड और बार्सिलोना के बीच मैच हुआ, उसकी चर्चा भारत में भी हुई। बार्सिलोना की शानदार जीत यहां भी डिस्कशन का विषय रही और मैं आपको गारंटी के साथ कह सकता हूं कि दोनों क्लब्स के फैंस में भारत में उतनी ही नोकझोंक भी हुई जितनी स्पेन में होती है। साथियों, फूड, फिल्म्स और फुटबॉल सभी में हमारे रिश्ते स्ट्रांग पीपल टू पीपल कनेक्ट से जुड़े हैं। मुझे खुशी है कि भारत और स्पेन ने साल 2026 को इंडिया स्पेन ईयर ऑफ कल्चर, टूरिज्म एंड एआई के रूप में मनाने का निश्चय किया है। साथियों, भारत और स्पेन की पार्टनरशिप एक ऐसे प्रिज्म की तरह है जो बहुआयामी है, वाइब्रेंट है और एवर इवॉल्विंग है। मुझे विश्वास है कि आज का यह इवेंट भारत और स्पेन के बीच ज्वाइंट कोलैबोरेशन वाले अनेक नए प्रोजेक्ट्स को प्रेरित करेगा। मैं स्पेनिश इंडस्ट्री और इनोवेटर्स को भी आमंत्रित करूंगा कि वो भारत आए और हमारी विकास यात्रा में हमारे साथी बने। एक बार फिर एयरबस और टाटा की टीम को इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, C295 विमान के लिए टाटा एयरक्राफ्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स के सफल लॉन्च के इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर आपकी प्रेरक उपस्थिति, आपके नेतृत्व और विचारों के लिए हम सभी आपका हृदयपूर्वक धन्यवाद करते हैं। आपकी प्रेरणा से हम अपनी रक्षा क्षमता को सशक्त करने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध हैं। To conclude this remarkable ceremony, I now invite Mr. Michael Scholhorn, Chief Executive Officer of Airbus Defence and Space, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, Honorable President of the Spanish Government, Pedro Sanchez, Honorable Governor of Gujarat, Chief Minister of Gujarat, Ministers of the Government of India, dear Chairman and friend Chandra, senior officials of the Government of India and Spain, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, namaste, y buenos días. It is with pride and with a great sense of responsibility and humility that I stand before you on this momentous day for the aerospace industry in India. The C295 India program is not only about delivering essential capability to the Indian Air Force. It is also demonstrating Airbus's and Tata's joint capacity and commitment to India. The Make in India C295 program has become an industrial benchmark, which is aligned to the Prime Minister Modi's vision of self-reliance or Atma Nirbharat Bharat. With the C295 program, not only Tata and Airbus will assemble 40 aircraft here in this state-of-the-art final assembly in Vadodara, but we will also manufacture all sections and 13,000 of the total of 14,000 detailed parts of the aircraft here in India. To do so, we have certified 21 special processes in India. So far, we have onboarded 37 India-based suppliers exclusively for this program, both from the private and the public sector. The C295 is a European program and a very Spanish aircraft. Today, we can proudly say that it has also become an Indian aircraft. Prime Minister Modi, our next milestone will be to deliver the first Make in India program in September 2026. And we would love to not only see you here, but would love to see you fly a sortie with that first aircraft. This program has forged a special bond between India and Spain and between India and Airbus. The presence of the Prime Minister Modi and the President Sanchez at today's inauguration ceremony is testimony to that. We thank you for this honor and we thank you for your unwavering support and guidance. For Airbus, the C295 India program is a beacon of our multifaceted relationship and partnership with the Tata Group. It is also a window into the highly professional ways of working with the Ministry of Defense and the Indian Air Force that have set the right conditions for the program to succeed. Thank you for that. My sincerest gratitude to the Government of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi for placing its trust in Airbus. Our gratitude also to the Ministry of Defense, the Indian Air Force, our partner Tata, led impressively by Chairman Chandra. We would also like to thank our DPSU partners for program, BDL and BEL, as well as our industrial partners from the private sector. A special word of gratitude for the DGA QA, who have maintained a highly professional oversight on the program and its many milestones. And lastly, a huge thanks to the teams of Tata and Airbus who have made this become a reality. Airbus has a strategic approach in India. We are developing a holistic and state-of-the-art aviation and aerospace ecosystem in India across all dimensions, from manufacturing and assembly to engineering and training, from commercial aircraft to helicopters to space and defense. Ladies and gentlemen, Airbus is on a long-haul flight with India. We continue to invest in India, we make in India, we design in India, we innovate in India, we skill in India, and we believe in India. And may I say, and we continue to believe in Europe and in the EU. India is well on its way to achieving its ambitions in the aerospace and defense sector, and Airbus is privileged to be a leading partner on this journey. Namaste, muchas gracias, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your warm thank you note. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude this significant session and extend our gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and Honorable Prime Minister of Spain, His Excellency Mr. Pedro Sanchez, and to all the esteemed dignitaries. Today marks a proud step for India's Make in India vision, strengthened by global partnership. We extend good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Live from Vadodara, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President of Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, jointly inaugurated the TATA Aircraft Complex for the manufacturing of C-295 military aircraft in Vadodara and took a walk through the entire space. This will be India's first private sector final assembly line for military aircrafts, giving a big boost to Atmanirbhar Bharat. Firstly, President of Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, in his address said that this project is PM Modi's vision to turn the state into an industrial powerhouse, and the project will bring the best from Tata Company, and Spain will be an integral part of the project, opening a new chapter in the industrial ties and an important partner in strategic ties. Project of this magnitude, he said, will bring a lot of employment and will bring a lot of value to the micro, small and medium enterprises. He said this plan summarizes the heightened bilateral relations between both the countries. Later, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his address said that it was President of Government of Spain's first visit and will give a new impetus to the relations. He congratulated the Tata team for this huge achievement, and he remembered late Ratan Tata and said that this new factory will reflect India's robust work culture, which came out ready in 2 years. He said that he strongly believed that there should be no delay between planning and implementation, and said that he had confidence that the aircrafts made in this factory will be exported to other countries soon. He said that the moment we raise our first step to move forward, reaching the goal was not difficult at all. He said India's vibrant defense manufacturing is a great achievement, and he also said to turn any possibility to success, right planning and right partnership was necessary and the basic step. He said India's public sector has become very efficient in the past 10 years, and he also spoke about IDEX innovations for defense excellence and how India is now capable of exporting defense equipments to more than 100 countries, giving a boost to our MSMEs, small and micro industries. India has seen unprecedented growth in the aviation sector in the past decade, he said, and this factory in Vadodara will play the role of a catalyst in the growth of economy. Prime Minister Modi also spoke about the sports connect between the two nations, and also of how yoga was also an integral part of the two countries having strong people-to-people connect. Well, a total of 56 aircrafts are contracted to be procured under this prestigious C295 program. 16 are being delivered directly by Airbus from Spain and remaining 40 are to be made in India. Tata Advanced System Limited is responsible for making the 40 C295 aircrafts in India. This facility will be the first private sector final assembly line for military aircrafts in India. We may also tell you this will involve the full development of a complete ecosystem from the manufacture to the assembly, test and qualification to delivery and maintenance of the complete life cycle of the aircraft. Well, the C295 is a versatile new generation tactical airlift aircraft with a payload capacity of 9.5 tons. It is specialized in air transport missions under all types of weather conditions, both during the day and during the night. Also, apart from Tata's, leading defense public sector units such as Bharat Electronics Limited and Bharat Dynamics Limited, as well as private micro, small and medium enterprises will contribute to this program. Earlier in October 2022, Prime Minister had laid the foundation stone for the Vadodara final assembly line. The Ministry of Defence in September 2021 signed a 21,934 crore rupees contract with Airbus Defence and Space SA Spain for supply of 56 aircrafts. That's it from all of us now. Thanks for watching and keep staying with DD News India.